Good morning. I'm Lee Jamison, and this is the 139th installment of the Bible in a Year. Today, our readings will be from 1 Chronicles, chapters 7 through 9, and from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 12, verses 1 through 31. We are continuing, for the time being, with genealogies, and we're down to the descendants of Issachar. Chapter 7. The sons of Issachar: Tola, Puah, Jashub, and Shimron, 4. The sons of Tola: Uzi, Rephaiah, Jeriel, Jamai, Ibsam, Shemuel, heads of their fathers' houses, namely of Tola, mighty warriors of their generation, their number in the days of David being 22,600. The sons of Uzi: Izrahiah, and the sons of Izrahiah: Michael, Obadiah, Joel, and Ishiah. All 5 of them were chief men. And along with them, by their generations, according to their fathers' houses, were units of the army for war, 36,000, for they had many wives and sons. Their kinsmen, belonging to all the clans of Issachar, were in all 87,000 mighty warriors enrolled by genealogy. Descendants of Benjamin. The sons of Benjamin: Bela, Baker, Jediel, 3. The sons of Bela: Esbon, Uzi, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri, 5. Heads of fathers' houses, mighty warriors, and their enrollment by genealogies was 22,034. The sons of Baker: Zemira, Joash, Eleazar, Elioenai, Omri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Alemeth. All of these were sons of Becher, and their enrollment by genealogies according to their generations as heads of their fathers' houses, mighty warriors, was 20,200. The son of Jediel: Bilhan, and the sons of Bilhan: Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Chenanah, Zathan, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. All these were the sons of Jediel, according to the heads of their fathers' houses, mighty warriors, 17,200 able to go to war. And Shupim and Hupim were the sons of Ir. Hushim, the son of Aher. Descendants of Naphtali. The sons of Naphtali: Jaziel, Guni, Jazer, and Shalom, the descendants of Bilhah. Descendants of Manasseh. The sons of Manasseh: Azriel, whom his Aramean concubine bore. She bore Machir, the father of Gilead. And Machir took a wife for Hupim and for Shupim. The name of his sister was Maacah, and the name of the second was Zelophehad. And Zelophehad had daughters, and Maacah, the wife of Machir, bore a son, and she called his name Peresh. And the name of his brother was Sheresh, and his sons were Ulam and Rakem. The son of Ulam: Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead, the son of Machir, son of Manasseh. And his sister Hamoleketh bore Ishbad, Abiezer, and Maalah. The sons of Shemida were Ahian, Shechem, Likhi, and Aniam. Descendants of Ephraim. The sons of Ephraim: Shuthelah, and Bered his son. Tahath his son, Eliadah his son, Tahath his son, Zabad his son, Shuthelah his son, and Ezer and Elead, whom the men of Gath who were born in the land killed, because they came down to raid their livestock. And Ephraim their father mourned many days, and his brothers came to comfort him. And Ephraim went into his wife, and she conceived and bore a son, and he called his name Beriah, because disaster had befallen his house. His daughter was Shirah, who built both lower and upper Beth Horon, and Uzan Shirah, and Rephah was his son, Resheph his son, Telah his son, Tahan his son, Ladan his son, Amihud his son, Elishama his son, Nun his son, Joshua his son. Their possessions and settlements were Bethel and its towns, and to the east Naaran, and to the west Gezer and its towns, Shechem and its towns, Aiyah and its towns, also in possession of the Manassites, Bethshean and its towns, Taanach and its towns, Megiddo and its towns, Dor and its towns. In these lived the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel. Descendants of Asher. The sons of Asher: Imnah, Ishvah, Ishvi, Beriah, and their sister Sarah. The sons of Beriah: Heber and Malchiel, who fathered Birzaith. Heber fathered Japhlet, Shomer, Hotham, and their sister Shua. The sons of Japhlet: Pesach, Bimhal, Hashvath. These are the sons of Japhlet. The sons of Shamer, his brother: Rogah, Jehubah, and Aram. The sons of Halem, his brother: Zophah, Imnah, Shelesh, and Amal. The sons of Zopath: Suah, Harnepher, Shual, Beri, Imrah, Bezer, Hod, Shammah, Shilshah, Ithran, Birah. The sons of Jether: Jephunneh, Pispa, and Ara. The sons of Ulah: Aran, Haniel, and Riziah. All these were men of Asher, heads of fathers' houses, approved, mighty warriors, chiefs of the princes. Their number enrolled by genealogies for service in war was 26,000 men. The genealogy of Saul, chapter 8. Benjamin fathered Bela, his firstborn, Ashbel the second, Arah the third, Nohah the fourth, and Rapha the fifth. And Bela had sons: Adar, Gerah, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahua, Gerah, Shephuphan, and Huram. These are the sons of Ehud. They were heads of fathers' houses of the inhabitants of Geba, and they were carried into exile to Manahath. Naaman, Ahijah, and Gerah, that is, Heglam, who fathered Uzzah and Ahihud, and Shaharim fathered the sons in the country of Moab after he had been sent away, Hushem and Bara, his wives. He fathered sons by Hodesh, his wife, Jobab, Zibiah, Mesha, Malcham, Jeuz, Sakiah, Mirmah, These were his sons, heads of fathers' houses. He also fathered sons by Hushim, Ahitub, Elpaal. The sons of Elpaal, Eber, Misham, and Shemed, who built Ono and Lod with its towns, and Beriah and Shema. They were heads of fathers' houses of the inhabitants of Ajalon, who caused the inhabitants of Gath to flee. Ahio, Shashak, and Jeremoth, Zebediah, Arad, Ader, Michael, Ishpa, and Joha were sons of Beriah. Zebediah, Meshullam, Hizki, Heber, Ishmerai, Izliah, and Jobab were the sons of Elpaal. Joachim, Zikri, Zabdi, Elionai, Zilithai, Eliel, Adiah, Beriah, and Shimrath were the sons of Shimei. Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zikri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elan, Anthothihah, Ifdeah, and Penuel were the sons of Shashak. Shamsherai, Shehariah, Athaliah, Jaarashaiah, Elijah, Zikri were the sons of Jeroham. These were the heads of fathers' houses, according to their generations, chief men. These lived in Jerusalem. Jael, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. The name of his wife was Maacah. His firstborn son, Abdon, then Zur, Kish, Baal, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zechar, and Mikloth. He fathered Shemaiah. Now these also lived opposite their kinsmen in Jerusalem, with their kinsmen. Ner was the father of Kish, Kish of Saul, Saul of Jonathan, Malchishua, Abinadab, and Eshbaal. The sons of Jonathan were Meribbaal, and Meribbaal was the father of Micah. The sons of Micah, Pithon, Melech, Teriah, Ahaz. Ahaz fathered Jehoadah. Jehoadah fathered Alemeth, Asmaveth, and Zimri. Zimri fathered Moza. Moza fathered Beniah. Rapha was his son. Eliasah his son. Azel his son. Azel had 6 sons, and these are their names: Azrikam, Bokaru, Ishmael, Shariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Azel. The sons of Eshek his brother, Ulam his firstborn, Jeush the second, and Eliphet the third. The sons of Ulam were men who were mighty warriors, bowmen having many sons and grandsons, 150. All these were Benjaminites. A genealogy of the returning exiles. Chapter 9. So all Israel was recorded in genealogies, and these are written in the book of the kings of Israel. And Judah was taken into exile in Babylon because of their breach of faith. Now the first to dwell again in their possessions, in their cities, were Israel, the priests, the Levites, and the temple servants. And some of the people of Judah, Benjamin, Ephraim, and Manasseh, lived in Jerusalem. Uthai, the son of Ammihud, son of Omri, son of Imri, son of Bani, from the sons of Perez, the son of Judah. And of the Shilonites, Uzziah the firstborn and his sons. Of the sons of Zerah, Juel and their kinsmen, 690 of the Benjaminites. Salu the son of Meshullam, son of Hodaviah, son of Hasanua. Ibniah the son of Jeroham. Elah the son of Uzi, son of Mikri. And Meshullam the son of Shephatiah, son of Ruel, son of Ibnijah, and their kinsmen according to the generations, 956. All these were heads of fathers' houses according to their fathers' houses. Of the priests, Jediah, Jehoiarib, Yakin, and Azariah the son of Hilkiah, son of Meshullam, son of Zadok, son of Meraioth, son of Ahitub, the chief officer of the house of God, and Adiah the son of Jeroham, son of Pashur, son of Malchijah, and Maasai the son of Adiel, son of Jazarah, son of Meshullam, son of Meshilemith, son of Emer, besides their kinsmen, head of the fathers' houses, 1,760 mighty men for the work of the service of the house of God. Of the Levites, Shemaiah the son of Hashub, son of Azrikam, son of Hashabiah, of the sons of Merari, and Bakbakar, Heresh, Galai, and Mattaniah, the son of Micah, son of Zikri, son of Asaph, and Obadiah, son of Shemaiah, son of Galal, son of Jeduthun, Berechiah, the son of Asa, son of Elkanah, who lived in the villages of the Netophathites. The gatekeepers were Shallum, Akub, Talmon, Ahiman, and their kinsmen. Shallum was chief, until they were in the king's gates on the east side as gatekeepers of the camps of the Levites. Shallum, the son of Korah, son of Ebiasaph, son of Korah, and his kinsmen of his father's house, the Korahites, were in charge of the work of the service, keepers of the threshold of the tent, as their fathers had been, in charge of the camp of the Lord, keepers of the entrance. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, was the chief officer over them in time past. The Lord was with him. Zechariah, the son of Meshelemiah, was gatekeeper at the entrance of the tent of meeting. All these who were chosen as gatekeepers at the thresholds were 212. They were enrolled by genealogies in their villages. David and Samuel the seer established them in their office of trust. So they and their sons were in charge of the gates of the house of the Lord, that is, the house of the tent as guards. The gatekeepers were on the four sides, east, west, north, and south, and their kinsmen who were in the villages were obligated to come in every 7 days in turn to be with these. For the four chief gatekeepers, who were Levites, were entrusted to be over the chambers and the treasures of the house of God, and they lodged around the house of God. For on them lay the duty of watching, and they had charge of opening it every morning. Some of them had charge of utensils of service, for they were required to count them when they were brought in and taken out. Others of them were appointed over the furniture and over all the holy utensils, also over the fine flour, the wine, the oil, the incense, and the spices. Others of the sons of the priests prepared the mixture of the spices, and Mattithiah, one of the Levites, the firstborn of Shallum the Korahite, was entrusted with making the flat cakes. Also, some of their kinsmen of the Kohathites had charge of the show bread, to prepare it every Sabbath. Now these, the singers, the heads of fathers' houses of the Levites, were in the chambers of the temple, free from other service, for they were on duty day and night. These were the heads of fathers' houses of the Levites, according to their generation, leaders. These lived in Jerusalem. Saul's genealogy repeated. In Gibeon lived the father of Gibeon, Jael. The name of his wife was Maacah, and his firstborn son Abdon. Then Zur, Kish, Baal, Ner, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zechariah, and Mikloth. And Mikloth was the father of Shimeam, and these also lived opposite their kinsmen in Jerusalem, with their kinsmen. Ner fathered Kish. Kish fathered Saul. Saul fathered Jonathan, Malchishua, Abinadab, and Eshbaal. And the son of Jonathan was Meribbaal. And Meribbaal fathered Micah. The sons of Micah, Pithon, Melech, Tareah, and Ahaz. And Ahaz fathered Jarah, and Jarah fathered Alemeth, Azmaveth, and Zimri. And Zimri fathered Moza, and Moza fathered Beniah, and Rephaiah was his son. Eleasah his son. Azel his son. Azel had 6 sons, and these are their names: Azrikam, Bokeru, Ishmael, Shariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. These were the sons of Azel. And that concludes the reading in 1 Chronicles. And now Luke, chapter 12, verses 1 through 31. Beware the leaven of the Pharisees. In the meantime, when so many thousands of the people had gathered together that they were trampling one another, he began to say to his disciples, first, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Nothing is covered up that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. Therefore, whatever you have said in the dark shall be heard in the light, and what you have whispered in private rooms shall be proclaimed to the housetops. Have no fear. I tell you, my friends, do not fear those who kill the body, and after that have nothing more that they can do. But I will warn you whom to fear. Fear him who, after he has killed, has authority to cast into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies, and not one of them is forgotten before God? Why, even the hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not. You are of more value than many sparrows. Acknowledge Christ before men. And I tell you, everyone who acknowledges me before men, the Son of Man also will acknowledge before the angels of God. But the one who denies me before men will be denied before the angels of God. And everyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man will be forgiven, but the one who blasphemes against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. And when they bring you before the synagogues and the rulers and the authorities, do not be anxious about how you should defend yourself or what you should say, for the Holy Spirit will teach you in that very hour what you ought to say. The parable of the rich fool. Someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." But he said to him, "Man, who made me judge or arbitrator over you?" And he said to them, "Take care and be on guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." And he told them a parable, say, "The land of a rich man produced plentifully. And he thought to himself, what shall I do? For I have nowhere to store my crops." And he said, "I will do this. I will tear down my barns and build larger ones, and there I will store up my grain and my goods, and I will say to my soul, Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, and be merry." But God said to him, "Fool, this night your soul is required of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be? So is the one who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God." Do not be anxious. And he said to his disciples, "Therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat, nor about your body, what you will put on. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Consider the ravens. They neither sow nor reap, they have neither storehouse nor barn, and yet God feeds them. Of how much more value are you than the birds? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? If then you are not able to do as small a thing as that, why are you anxious about the rest? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin, yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass, which is alive in the field today and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O you of little faith? And do not seek what you are to eat and what you are to drink, nor be worried, for all the nations of the world seek after these things, and your Father knows that you need them. Instead, seek his kingdom, and these things will be added to you." And that concludes the reading in Luke. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. To gain a wider audience for this series of videos, I ask a few favors of you. First, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. You can also click on a bell icon, and that will make sure that you receive notifications when new videos come out. Then, if you have comments or questions, even if they're critical, I want to hear from them. Be civil, of course. The YouTube algorithm rewards videos that receive audience participation. So I appreciate your input. You are a part of this channel as well. Thank you, and have a blessed day. And his sister Hamoleketh, Anthorthigi, Anthotheha, Anthotheha. Hananiah, Elam, Anthotheha.